Hi everyone. Once again, I just want to make a video on how to beat shorters. Shorters are very strong in the game. They have a lot of manipulation. And what shorters tend to do is they will make a bid and an ask and have a gap, right? So bid and ask gap. So what they do is they will lure you into buying in between the bid and the ask. That's why there's always a gap. So when you notice a gap of, let's say, 10 cents or more, then you know that the shorter is involved. But when you see that the gap is within like 1 or 2 cents, then you know that it's just regular buying and selling. So, for example, a shorter will most likely set a price at, let's just say, $9.50 or 60 cents as the bid, right? And then they'll also have like a $9 and like 90 cents ask price, because they naturally want you to buy in between 960 and 990. Because let's just say that the price of LTCN is at $10 or whatever it is, right? They'll create a 990 and a 960, so then you'll see, oh, it's on sale. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy at like $9.61. So when you buy at $9.61, the price is gonna go down, and now it's gonna be about, let's say, like $9.75 or whatever, right? It'll be like $9.75 instead of $10. And the next thing you know, now that the price is $9.75, they're going to create like a bid and an ask of now like $9.40 to maybe like $9 and like 75 cents, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to buy in between, and next thing you know, it's going to continue to drop. Like if you notice how sometimes LTCN can be up like $3,000, and then by the end of the day, it's red. It's because the shorters are continuing to do this repeatedly because they because they have like call options, and puts on a certain price on LTCN. That's why they need it to go down and to hit that price so they can make money. So they're going to continue to do this. That's why I said in my video, buy smart. If you want to know how to buy, just watch that video. And I'm going to mention it briefly right here for you to understand. So I say always buy over the asking price. So whatever the asking price is, like if the asking price is $9.90, then you want to just put a $10 buy on it. If the asking price is $10, then you want to put like a $10.10 on it. So the price of LTCN would continue to go up, and then the shorters won't get their target price, and then they're going to have to cover. And then that's when your $10 buys, right? The LTCN will go up to maybe like $11. So even if you bought it at a higher price, you're going to get to sell it at a higher price than what you bought it for if you can outsmart the shorters. So, today I saw repeatedly like a a 50,000 share, ask price at a certain range, because they don't want you to exceed over that price. They have 50,000 shares, and you had to buy 50,000 shares before you can go to the next level. And this is where, if you see this, you just don't buy. And just keep it like that until they get tired, and if they take off the $50,000 share, now you start buying up again, right? And then they'll get scared, they'll put out the $50,000 shares again, and then just stop buying. So this is how you want to play the game. And it's so hard because everyone has to buy into this strategy. There are still some people out there that are not watching my video, and they're still just trying to buy it for their own personal profit and gains, right? Because they could care less about the long-term gains. They just want short-term gains. You know, which is it's going to happen. But the more people realize this and know about this, then the more effective we can be against shorters, right? So, like I said, first of all, you always want to buy above the asking price. And then when they put up big shares, just pause your buying until they take it off. And then never buy between the bid and the ask price because it's a drop to lower the price of LTCN, BCHG, and all those other grayscales. And then some of you might have the option to look at level 2 quotes. And level 2 quotes, that's when you can see how many shares are being put on each specific price. Like they can have $9.50 for 100 shares, and then $9.75 for another 100 shares, and then $10 for another 200 shares. That's when you can buy all 400 shares at like $10.50, and next thing you know, it's going to jump up to $10 and whatever it is, right? Instead of being at like $9.50 if you buy in the between price. So I have an example right here. Like they could have like $9.50 at 100 shares, $9.75 at 200 shares, and then $10, at for 300 shares. So then if you're gonna purchase, you can put like a purchase order of 600 shares, right? Above $10, and now LTCN will be now above $10. So that's just a short example on this video that I want to teach you on how to beat shorters. We have to work together in unison to understand this concept in order to fight back against these shorters. I'm just doing the best job I can to enlighten you on how things work. Obviously, I don't know everything, but I know that this is the superficial plan of how shorters make the price go down, and I'm just giving you the solution to keeping the price up against the shorters and making it harder for them. So that's all I'm asking us to do, is to make it harder on the shorters to gain their money if you're going to buy, right? So with that said, I just want you to, learn something new. So it's not financial advice, but it is good information for all of us as investors to know more about Grayscale and the shorters. Have a good day.